In a small wooden house on the edge of a quiet town, an old man sat alone beside a window. Every evening at exactly 6 o'clock, he opened the same drawer. Inside was a single envelope, yellow with age. Its edges were worn. Its paper had almost fallen apart. But it had never been opened. The strange thing was, his name was written on the front. He had written the letter to himself 40 years earlier. And yet, he never had the courage to read it. When Daniel was 24, he believed he had his entire life ahead of him. He dreamed of becoming a writer, not because he wanted fame, not because he wanted money. He simply wanted to tell stories that made people feel less alone. Every night after work, he filled notebooks with ideas, characters, dreams, questions. Entire worlds lived inside his imagination. His best friend once told him, "One day, people will read your words." Daniel smiled. "I'll start next year," he replied. Next year became the year after, then another. Life became busy. Bills arrived. A promotion at work. Marriage. Children. Responsibilities. Every excuse sounded reasonable. Every delay felt temporary. Whenever he walked past his old notebooks, he whispered the same sentence. Not today. Years passed faster than he ever imagined. His children grew up. His hair turned gray. The notebooks gathered dust. One afternoon, while cleaning the attic, Daniel found the envelope he had written decades before. Across the front were the words, "Open this when you finally become the person you always wanted to be." His hands trembled. For the first time in years, he was afraid. Slowly, he unfolded the letter. Inside were only a few lines. "Dear future me, I hope you didn't let fear make your decisions. I hope you wrote the stories. I hope you didn't spend your whole life waiting for the perfect time. If you're reading this and you never started, please don't blame the world. Blame the days you believed you still had forever." Daniel couldn't finish reading. His eyes filled with tears. Not because someone had hurt him, but because he realized the person who understood him best was the young man he had once been. Psychologists often say that regret grows where action never begins. Failure hurts, but failure has an ending. You learn, you heal, you move forward. Regret is different. Regret keeps asking questions that no one can answer. What if I had tried? What if I had spoken? What if I had believed in myself? The mind keeps creating alternate lives, lives we will never live. And sometimes, those imaginary lives feel more real than the one we chose. The greatest tragedy isn't that most dreams fail. It's that many dreams are never given a chance. Not because people aren't talented, not because they aren't capable, but because fear disguises itself as logic. Wait until you're ready. Someone else can do it better. It's too late now. The voice sounds wise, but year after year, it quietly steals your future. That evening, Daniel didn't cry because he never became a famous writer. He cried because he never discovered whether he could have become one. There is a difference. One is failure. The other is surrender. And surrender leaves questions that echo for a lifetime. So before this video ends, ask yourself one question. What envelope are you leaving unopened? What conversation, What dream? What apology? What beginning? Because one day, the person you are today will become a memory. And when that day comes, may your heart be filled with stories you lived instead of stories you only imagined. Because the heaviest burden a person can carry is not the weight of failure. It is the weight of a life that was never truly lived.